This is Who Needs Looks Maxine when you've got Catholic Maxine? The TikTok trend making religion great again. Um, the reason that this one caught my eye is because I literally just read an article the other day about how the whole Gen Z religious revival was complete bullshit. And so I was like, okay, I do know that there's this weird thing happening where the the white supremacists are going real hard for the Catholics now, or like the Catholic religion now, as opposed to the evangelical, like Protestant. So that's like kind of interesting to me, but I don't take any of this very seriously. I'm guessing, and also with the format that this is in, I don't even know if this is going to give me any good information, but we'll just read it. We'll see what happens because I couldn't find any. I had some other stories that looked kind of like related to this when when I chose to add this one. I usually just add the Guardian ones because they're usually not gated by a login, and also they're usually pretty like decent, I would say. But this one, just the format is really weird. But okay. Some of the young Americans swept up. Oh wait, who is this by? Does it say? Yes, no, I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess maybe it's not by anybody. Maybe it's by an AI. Some of the young Americans swept up in the movement are looking for the meaning of life. Others for a new partner. Well, it's a broad church. Name, Catholic Maxine. Age, less than a year. Appearance, Catholicism, but jacked. What's with all this Maxine business anyway? So I guess this is an interview, if I had to guess. Or the format of this, at least, is in an interview type format. So I guess they're talking to somebody who is into Catholic Maxine right now. So we'll see what this Catholic Maxer has to say. Okay. What's with all this Maxine business anyway? Oh, don't concern yourself too much with the nomenclature. Maxine is just a Gen Z term for reaching your full potential. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have fun with the Maxine terminology. Right, so looks Maxine is just about boosting your appearance. Well, no. Looks Maxine is when young men go to genuinely wild lengths to try to resemble handsome Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants. Perhaps that isn't the best example. That is true. Looks Maxine, they really just destroy what would be considered a like just like a normal attractive face or whatever. They do really like distort it to a degree that it's almost like comical. It is very drag like if you understand like drag aesthetic or whatever, where you kind of take the, you know, classic attractive appearance of a woman in terms of like, you know, full lips or like eyeliner or whatever, and then you just amp it up to like an almost absurd degree or whatever. Which I mean, I like the drag look or whatever, but it is like a very, you know, over the top sort of appearance or whatever, right? It's a very like, you know, it's just a very like boom, like right in your face sort of appearance, right? And I feel like that's kind of the equivalent of like what looks Maxine is for these guys. So Catholic Maxine isn't about trying to be as Catholic as possible. Not quite. Consider it a catchy term for young people discovering religion. Well, shouldn't it be religion, Maxine, then? I mean, am I wrong? I feel like it should be religion, Maxine, then, not Catholic Maxine. Well, that's nice. Or, well, that's nice. How did this come about? Largely on TikTok. Okay, yeah, I could have guessed that. Led by influencers such as 22-year-old Anthony Gross, whose 49,000 followers have come to lean on videos such as Everything I Consumed While Fasting for Lent, in which he stands around topless talking about all the coffee and Tic Tacs he's wolfed down. Okay, so it's just Christian thirst traps. These have existed for a while. I watched like apolitical content, like I feel like maybe like Danny Gonzalez or something did one, or maybe it was Curtis Connor or something, a video about yeah, Christian like thirst traps. These have existed for a while. It is like multiple years ago, where they just like don the aesthetics of Christianity, right? Like they'll wear a cross, or they'll like have some cringe like, you know, uh text on the screen of like other people are out there just trying to uh just trying to find the one. Little do they know I've already found the one, and then they point up to God or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be something like that, but it'll just be a shirtless dude wearing a cross. And I always found that so funny. But I guess this is like the same thing but Catholic version. um okay, this feels quite broy. Of course, Catholic Maxine is for Theo Bros. Theo Bros. Isn't maybe I thought that was like Theo Von's what he calls his fans, Theo Bros, but apparently these guys already trademarked it. For what now? Or for what now? The Theo Bros one per wait, I don't even understand this question. Catholic Maxine is for Theo Bros. Oh, for what now? Okay, that's where it is. He's talking about Theo Bros. Theo Bros. One parishioner who spoke to the Washington Post described the Theo Bro as the extremely online religious man. That usually is a convert who experiences the faith in either a rules-based or power-based understanding rather than a service and community-based understanding. Yeah, it's just okay. I mean, it quite literally is what I said was going to happen with religion, which is that TikTok was going to destroy. TikTok was going to destroy any concept of religion. It is going to scrape away any of the core beliefs, any of the core systems, any of the core practices. It is going to push all of that to the side just to purely focus on the aesthetic and honestly the American like grind set culture or whatever, to like hustle culture, and just merge those two things, and then that's going to be the new faith of America, it feels like. Because like for people who don't know, TV fundamentally also changed American religion into a completely different animal than what it was before. And so like that's why I'm saying like I think TikTok is also going to end up like fundamentally changing religion in America in a negative way, in my opinion. But don't service and community form the core of Catholic belief? Maybe in your time, Grandpa, if you're Catholic, Maxine, then, as Gross puts it, a huge selling point is finding a potential partner. Oh, God. I always say that like Christianity in modern America is just putting on the aesthetic, and it's for like a cultural signifier, usually to either like project to other like your friends and stuff or whatever, like what your value set is, like as a Christian nationalist basically, or to like try and pull chicks basically. That's basically all it is, dude, at this point in time. It's our American Christianity is the most insane thing that has ever existed. I feel like the most insane religion that has ever existed. Of course. Hey, don't be cynical. If this is what it takes for people to flock back to churches, then so be it. Yeah, dude. What's your problem? Getting your dick wet is going to get people in the pews. Come on, man. Don't be such a square. And are people flocking back to church? Not exactly. A study last year found that while just 1% of adults in the US aged 18 to 24 had joined the Catholic Church, 12% had left. Oh, so this is a US thing. Oh, yes, absolutely. And it sits across the entire political spectrum rather than being something weird and slightly MAGA-ish. That isn't for me to say, aka, yeah, it's definitely MAGA shit, but it's Christian nationalist shit, I should say. It's not necessarily MAGA, but I think a lot of these people would align with MAGA for sure. However, J.D. Vance's new book, Communion, I thought it said communism, but Communion, Finding My Way Back to Faith, will be published in June. I'm gonna release a competing book that's called Communism, Finding My Way Back to Faith. I feel like communism is pretty aligned with the Bible in terms of belief systems, much more than capitalism, at least. So will Catholic Maxine catch on elsewhere? Possibly, but let's not overstate it. In the UK, Gen Z is less likely than anyone to attend church of any kind. Can we make secular Maxine a thing? If anyone's going to make secular Maxine a thing, it's going to be me, guys. I'll be out there. I'll do the thirst traps on TikTok. I'll take off my shirt and I'll have a big, what's the secular symbol? Like a Darwin or something. Da Vinci. No, he was religious, I think, right? I'll just say like a Darwin. So I'll have like the guys that go from like monkey to human or whatever, the evolutionary chain. I'll get that tattooed across my chest, and then I'll do some thirst traps on TikTok, and we'll make secular maxing a thing. How's that sound, everybody? Um, do say, dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. 1 John 3:18. Don't say. So these are just like, I guess, yeah, okay, don't say. But first, let us film a TikTok of us flexing in front of a mirror with our tops off. Okay, this was actually a much funnier article than I thought it was going to be. I was a little bit scared because of how short it was. But this dude, this Catholic Maxine guy, he was pretty funny. And I got to, as I got to talk about religion again, which is, as the secular maxer himself, I still think it's my duty to discuss religion from a non-religious, from a secular perspective. And also I like to make fun of the silliness of American Christianity a lot. So this was pretty good. I like this one.